Hello everyone, it's Dr. Sandy Gluckman, and I want to deal with a question that I get asked almost every single day. And that is, Dr. Sandy, why do I have to tell my child over and over and over again to do something? Why is it like he doesn't even hear me? Why does she seem to be ignoring me? What is happening? Why does this child not listen to me? Does that sound familiar? Well, here's what's happening. You may see this as a sign of being willful or perhaps even naughty or disobedient, but actually there is something going on that is not allowing the child to hear you clearly enough. I'm not suggesting that your child has any kind of hearing problems, but what is really happening is that your child's brain is inflamed. And when we have an inflamed brain, what they are hearing doesn't come through to them very clearly. It's as though they can hear you, but they can't compute the information or retain the information and think it through and then act upon it effectively. So when the child's brain is inflamed, what they're actually hearing when you're telling them to do something, especially when you're telling them over and over and over again, and your voice is getting larger and louder, what they're really hearing is wah, 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 wah. So they don't respond. So I guess your next question is, okay, Dr. Sandy, if that's the case, how do I make sure that there is no inflammation in my child's brain so that they can hear me? And where did this inflammation come from in the first place? Well, where the inflammation came from is from high levels of stress. Because when the child is feeling stress, they are stimulating cortisol, and high levels of cortisol will create high levels of inflammation. So essentially, really, what you want to do is to be able to reduce the stress levels in your child, and that will help to deflame or reduce the inflammation in your child's body and brain. The way in which parents and children relate to each other, that kind of parent-child engagement can actually cause stress for some children, and the stress will come with high levels of inflammation. So your goal as parent is not to inflame your child, to have the kind of relationship that is a calm one rather than an inflammatory or stressful relationship. What you're really wanting to do is to connect with your child when you are giving them an instruction in a calm and serene and warm and positive way, while at the same time giving them the message that what you're asking them to do is non-negotiable. So let me give you a quick and easy tool for today, and that is for you to begin to take note of your tone of voice. Tone of voice has a huge impact on children. It can build stress and inflammation in a matter of seconds. So begin by taking a note of your tone of voice. So if you find that when you're giving your child an instruction, your tone of voice becomes authoritarian, a little deeper, a little too strong perhaps, maybe even a little strident, and perhaps it's the kind of tone of voice which is a no-nonsense tone of voice, or the tone of voice which is suggesting, this is going to give us a problem, then experiment with a different tone of voice. Replace it with a tone of voice that is soft and gentle and warm and loving, and at the same time suggestive of, I know this isn't your favorite thing that I'm going to be asking you to do, but it's non-negotiable, so let's go do it. This is a form of communication that will reduce stress in some children. Interestingly enough, you may be already using that tone of voice, that warm, gentle tone of voice, which indicates that, I know you don't want to do this, but let's go do it, tone of voice. It may be that that's not working for your child. Your child needs the strong, clear, no-nonsense tone of voice. So it's up to you to use your intuitive abilities and to experiment with the different tones of voice. See which one works with your child. And when I say which one works, what I'm really saying is see which one produces the least amount of resistance and the least amount of stress, because then you know you are not creating any inflammation in your child's brain. You're not having an inflammatory conversation with your child. If there is an inflammatory conversation of any kind between you and your child, then you will know that that child is not hearing you. That child will feel the need to resist you or to shut down. So checking on your tone of voice is a good place to start. And as I said that, I was thinking about, how's my tone of voice? Maybe you can give me some feedback about that. And this is me for today saying bye until next time.